Hold up. Hold up, fam. Can y'all hear me? Hold up, y'all. I got the fan on above my head. Can y'all hear me well? Can y'all hear me? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up, my king. Alright. I'm going to try to... I don't want this to be long at all because I got something I got to do. Y'all. Alright, let me see how I want to start this. Let me tell y'all a story first. This was August the 19th. August 19th, 2000. I bet you, if you look up August the 19th, 2000, it was on a weekend. Friday or Saturday. I think it's Saturday. Let me tell you what happened. I got food in my teeth. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. Okay, August the 19th, 2000. Let's look it up. Saturday. It was a Saturday. It's a weekend, like I said. Because I remember so distinctly because I tell you what I remember. I was in the bathtub. I was sitting in the bathtub. That whole week had been very, very highly spiritual. A lot of contact from the guardians. You know, it was a lot going on. It was 25 years ago. It's a lot going on. And that's when the guardians really, really, really started with me. Because they've been with me since I was young. But then in 98, something real big had happened. In November of 98, and then it went into 99. And it was then I had got accepted in the ancient Egyptian order with Dr. York. But anyway, so I'm trying to see if I should bring the puppies with me. So anyway, where am I at? I'm gonna go back in time here. August. I was in the bathtub. I was taking a spiritual bath. I was sitting there. I had been fasting, so my connection was like really, really high. Was really, really, the vibrations were really, really high. This being came to visit me. This being came to visit me in the bathtub, while I was in the bathtub. And he called himself Happy, Happy. And he was a big old fat being, big happy. But he dressed kind of in Egyptian garb. But he was like gay. Come to find out later, that's a real deity in Egypt. His name Happy, y'all look him up. But he came to visit me. The first thing he said was, if they call you, they're on to you. They want you. And I said, if who called me? The phone rang. It was landline phones that we had pagers and shit. The phone rang. Kafa said, it's those Nuwapians. It's a guy and girl. They had a store on North Avenue, and I had just started going to class. And she literally called and asked. They were trying to do something. They wanted to know if all members can give them $25 for some shit. And I was like, is that the call he's talking about? So I was like, no. Whatever. So I'm laying back in the tub, and I was like conversing with this being. Like, who are you? Like, wow, I just looked in the wall and saw be happy. Like, no bullshit, right across from me, say be happy. But anyway. Anyway, be happy. So, right after that, I felt like I was invoked. That's a definition for God, by the way. I felt like I was invoked. Like the being was in me. Happy was like in me. He came in me. He used my vessel. He said, tonight, through you, pestilence will be released. I was like, what the fuck is pestilence? Cav, bring me a dictionary. We have cell phones at the time. It was my little red Webster dictionary. Y'all remember back in the day, the little red pocket dictionaries. Not talking about this thick. So I looked it up and I couldn't spell it. I never used that word before, pestilence. And I was spelling it wrong. I said to Happy, it's not even in the book. What is this? He said, like he enunciated, he said pestilence. Like you dumb bitch, like with an I. I looked it up, pestilence. And I'm like, and it was talking about bringing dis-ease. Maybe that's the 19. Bringing dis-ease. I was like, why is that coming through me? He said other stuff that I don't want to say. But that night, August, it was August the 18th. It was August the 18th, August the 18th, 2000. It was on a Friday. I'll tell you why. Because I was like, what is it? And he said, he referenced the Bible. Cav, bring me the Bible. So in the Bible, in Revelation 6 was the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. One was the bringer of famine, war, death, and pestilence. And I was like, what does this mean? While I'm looking it up, he says, to mark this day, hold out, Grateful. He said, to mark this day as truth, your friend Larry will die from AIDS. Now, Larry is a gay guy. He was like one of the flyest guys in the club. He was like 6'4", real tall. He was feminine. I mean, he wore, like, his wardrobe was just other. Like, he wore like top hats and capes, if that's what he felt like. Top hat, capes, and long staffs and shit like that. Like, Larry was just something different. And as a matter of fact, I had just had a poetry function at my house, and he was a guest speaker. He was one of the guest speakers. I called Kev. Now I'm crying. Like, I don't know what's going on. This fat gay being, this deity was just telling me. I told her the whole thing. I was like, fuck this, because I was in fasting. I was like, I was in a spiritual bath. I was like, because sometimes, one of the reasons I used to drink so much, I told y'all, because it would bring me down. I would go so high up. I didn't need to smoke. I didn't need the no kind of intoxicant, because I was high as shit. Intoxicants brought me down. Beer. So I was like, you know what? I'm drinking it. She was like, no, you went fast. I said, no, I'm not. I'm going out. I'm going out. Fuck this. Give me a beer. I just started drinking. I got out that tub. I got dressed. We left. We went to the club. I remembered this night for so many reasons. One, because it was this girl with this fat butt that came in there with a cat suit on. And we all watched her walk by. And she was standing over by the thing, and by the food thing. She stopped. She looked at me, whatever. And then I went to the bathroom, and she came in. She asked me, was I with Kefla? And at the time, I was. I was like, yeah. She said, anyway, here's my... The whole thing went on with that. Well, if you want to call me, da-da-da-da. We went inside the table, and guess who pops up? Larry Hart. Larry Hart popped up. He sat at the table with us. This one night he had on his top hat. We, mind you, like not even a month, we had just did the function at my house. He was like, I need to talk to you. I've been diagnosed with HIV. And I just looked at Kefla, because the reason I'm here, because they just said he gonna die as a proof that pestilence is coming through me. And I told him the whole thing. We stuck together close. He didn't live 3 months after that night. He looked healthy and everything. He didn't live past 3 months. I think that was before they really had the medicines and stuff for it. But he perished from HIV. So, now the key thing about this is the word pestilence. That night blew me. I didn't really have much fun. I left early. The next day was Saturday, the 19th. I went to my sister's house. I said, yo, listen what happened to me in the bathtub last night. And I told her I was invoked by Happy. And I told her about Larry, the whole nine. She said, you know what was crazy? She said, last night I had a crazy ass dream. I was riding this big ass white horse. My next to the oldest sister was living in her basement. She came running upstairs. Wait a minute, what you just say, Tina? Tina said, I dreamt about a big white horse. She said, no, girl, I dreamt last night about a big red horse. I was riding the back of a big red horse. I was lighting shit on fire. I said, y'all call Puddin'. They didn't get where this was going. I said, my Puddin', it's 4 of us. It's 4 girls. My mother had 4 girls. I said, call Puddin'. Because it's Puddin', Landy, Angel, and Tina. But it's actually Maria. It's all biblical names all the way down. Tina is Christina. I'm Angel. Anyway, all of my father brothers, all of them got biblical names. John, Moses, my father's Elijah, my brother Elijah, all these Elijahs and shit like that. Hi, the baby. Hi. My grandfather's Elijah, my mother's Mary. We're Jewish. Or Hebrews. Hi, baby. You come say hi, mommy? I love that dog. So listen. I said, y'all call Puddin'. I bet she dreamt about a black horse. They say, what you mean a black horse? Just call her. Puddin', what you dreamed last night? She said, yo, I dreamt about this big ass black horse. This was bringing death. He was da-da-da-da. I said, y'all, we've all been marked by the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They was like, what's that? I said, it's in the Bible. Look in the Bible, in Revelations, the 4 horsemen. Behold, a pale horse was the bringer of pestilence. Things start coming back to him. I said, the red horse was the bringer of war, Landy. Tina, the white horse was the bringer of, the black horse was death. Famine was the white horse. Do anybody know about this in the Bible? Tell me, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Hold on. This is what we about to do. This is what we about to do. This is what we about to do. Because I got to tell y'all something. It's the reason I'm doing this right now.
Hello.
Hold on, baby.
Hold on.
I got you on speaker and I got some people around me, but I need to ask you something.
Okay.
This is back in the day a little bit. Do you remember I came over your house and I asked you, I was telling you something that happened to me, and then you started telling me you had a dream about a white horse?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, and then Landy was staying in your basement. What did she come upstairs and say?
She dreamt of I think it was a red horse.
We called Puddin'. What did Puddin' say?
To the final horse, the black horse.
Right. But I didn't dream about the horse. What happened to me? Do you remember?
It was a premonition in a tub, and you didn't know what pestilence meant.
Okay, that's all you gotta say. I love you. I'll tell you about why I called you later.
Okay.
Listen to me. So pestilence is key in this. I'm trying to figure out where I want to take y'all. If you go to the Bible, anybody pull up the Bible, like not just online. If you pull up the Bible, if you put it on Google, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, pestilence no longer exists. Pull it up, y'all. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. It'll be easy for me to do it this way. The phrase, behold a pale horse, comes from the book of Revelations in the Bible. It refers to one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, a symbolic depiction of the end times. In Revelation 6:8, the pale horse is described as being ridden by death. That's bullshit. The pale death was the black horse. Tell me somebody remember this. Let's go back some more. Hold on. The 4 horsemen. The book of Revelation, specifically chapter 6, introduces 4 figures riding different colored horses, each representing a different aspect of end times. Some things you can't forget or make up. Because I was invoked by the pale horse, and my sisters, the same night I was invoked, and my friend did perish. My sisters, blood sisters, same mother, same father, Each one of them dreamt of a different horse. Each one of them rode the back of one of the horses of the apocalypse. While they were riding the back, I was invoked by it. The white horse typically interpreted as conquest. Pale horse is no longer the pale horse. Mind you, to keep interchanging with the green horse. Who's seen it? The four horsemen was black, red, white, and green. Because I seen that before. As a matter of fact, when I was telling this story to the person that used to be here with the little boy, I was telling her this story and we looked it up. And they was talking about a green horse. And I was like, what the fuck is a green horse? It ain't green, it's a pale horse. Pale horse, even there's a book out called Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. Who know what I'm talking about? I have the book. And the man that was in the military and told all their secrets. And they took him out after they took out his whole family and everything. Tell me somebody know what I'm talking about. I have that book. Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. But the pale horse, and he talks about it a little bit in his book. The pale horse was the bringer of pestilence. It don't exist as a Mandela effect now. I looked it up. People talk about it everywhere. People remembering it. Preachers who preached it. Remember that the pale horse was the bringer of pestilence. Now the pale horse is the bringer of death, but it wasn't. It was the black horse used to be the bringer of death. The white horse was the bringer of famine. The red horse was war, and then the pale horse was pestilence. Because we were talking about it because they was like, when that thing 19 hit the land. I never talked about this online. When 19 hit the land, they were talking about you were the bringer of pestilence. That horse came through you. Do you think that this happened through you? As how I know we were talking about this shit for years. Now it's no longer in the book. I still want somebody to tell me that they remember pestilence being one of the horses. Hi, baby. You back? You came back to mommy? I'm waiting for that. Anybody remember that? Come on. You want to lay down? Yeah? Go ahead. You want some of this? What the person saying? Okay, I'm gonna tell you who keep changing it. Hold on for a minute. Cav! Mary needs some water. He trying to drink mine. It got the blue, I don't mind the blue in it, but it got, what else I got in this? Some magnesium. He can have that. Like he's loving the taste. What's else in this? I got some herbs in here. I don't remember what, but I don't know if he should be taking it. But go get careful. Go get careful. Go get some water. Call him. Tell him why. You know if you just call him from me, he ain't gonna go to you. He tripping. Okay. ChatGPT remembers? Ooh, I don't mess with that shit, but that's deep. Listen. I had a dream the other night about ChatGPT. It's looking for y'all. It's conversing with people because it's looking for us. And I was told to not get it because I was about to get it. And I was like, I'm going to get it tomorrow. And that night I had a dream and it said, I would use somebody else's, but don't say my name. But to link it to you, and then you ask certain questions. Don't go too deep with it. If you do, go deep on somebody else's. That's what I was told. Don't link yourself to certain things. They are looking for you. They're looking for the righteous. They're looking for the warriors. They're looking for certain beings. That's why they gave everybody access to it. 1. 2. Now listen. Because I personally in my personal life, I keep running into Mandela effects. Like the restaurant. Just now I told y'all before, that restaurant, I went and got my falafels that I get my falafels at. And I had proof because it's on one of my lives. Me saying we're going to Zane's and we should look it up, the address or whatever, and go to Zane's. And then couldn't find it no more. From like 1 month, about a month, 3 weeks to a month, we going back there, and the name changed to Zena. When I asked the lady when I went in there, I said, when did the name change to Zena? Oh, it's been Zena's for 20 years. No, it's not, miss. This was Zane's. She said, I know it's been Zena because the owner daughter name is Zena. I said, then her name has been changed too, because her name used to be Zane. And then I remembered that I had it on a video. And we found the video. And not only did I say it, I was showing y'all, for those of you, like I always do when I go to get some vegan food or whatever, I show y'all the name of the place. So if any of y'all in Tucson, this is a good place where you can get this vegan from here. And I showed the name, Zane's. I have footage of that. Went right from there to another restaurant, a vegan restaurant that we go to. And went in there, and the milkshake changed. They only ever had strawberry milkshake and peanut butter milkshake. This particular time, they was like, "Well, I ordered the strawberry. It's a vegan place. I ordered the strawberry milkshake," and they was like, "You could get the strawberry. You want it with the vanilla base or the chocolate base?" So I was like, "When did y'all start doing that?" No, that's the only way we've ever done it. I was just here last weekend, right? That's how I see. I didn't have this option last weekend. She said, "Yes, we did. We've had it like that for as long as we've had." I keep running into the Mandela effect. Another one, Whole Foods. Whole Foods. I always go in Whole Foods and I buy. I used to buy. These 2 girls on Facebook was called the Fat Vegans, and they would show food that they would get different places. No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. They showed me. It's called the TLA, tomato, lettuce, avocado, and the TLA, and they got this the tofurkey bacon. I forget what it's called. I forget what that bacon called. The vegan bacon, but it had that on it. We was gone for Whole Foods for about a month. We come back. The sign said TTLA. Oh, they changed the name. When y'all changed the name to the TTLA? No, it's been the TTL. No, it has not. You wasn't even here. You knew. Call the person. Well, I've been here for 15 years, and that's always been the TTLA. I said last weekend it wasn't. But you know what? I could show you it wasn't because I got it from Facebook when it happened. I showed them, went to Facebook to these 2 girlfriends, they lovers, they called the Fat Vegans, and they showed it. I showed them on Facebook. And when I showed them, it looked like all fucking glitched out. I said, look, this is where I got it from. And the girl showed the sign. It wasn't in that particular store. I said, I've been getting it from here since they showed me this 3 months ago. I've been buying it almost every fucking weekend. Oh no, it's been like that. The other day, I was deep into meditate at 8. I told you sometimes I'll go in, I will focus on the White House, the Black House, or any other house that I feel they in, and I will destroy it. This particular day, I couldn't get close to it. Like, I would see it break down. It wouldn't break down. I thought it was my mind. It wouldn't break. No. In that moment, in meditation, the guardian showed me that these men got soothsayers and witches that constantly work magic over DC and protect DC. And it's not just DC, it's all the leaders. It's why they're able to get away with what they get away with, because I told y'all the women have to get involved. It's why they get away with what they get away with, because they have powerful, of many races, black, all that, races that sit and work magic and protects them. The reason, y'all, the reason for the Mandela effect, this was just given to me, is why I'm taking y'all through all of this shit. The reason for the Mandela effect is because they don't like the outcome. They keep changing the timeline. It's not just the timeline. They changing the reality. They're changing the future when they got these soothsayers. They got these. It's a bigger word for what these witches do. But they tell. Remember, like the movie, like the Scorpion King. They had the women who would tell them, are they going to be safe in battle, if they're going to win or they're going to lose. Or like the movie 300, they had them witches up there with them ugly ass men. They still doing that. They never stopped. It's what the Guardians just showed me. They never stopped. So they have these witches that's showing them the future, the outcome, and most of it is about their fucking demise. When they go into these fucking tea parties and shit, they don't like what they see. So they have that place. Oracles is the word I was looking for. Oracles, sibyls, sages. That's the words I'm looking for. They don't like what they see. So they go to that place in Switzerland. Somebody know what I'm talking about. Put that name in here. They go to that place in Switzerland that begin with a C and have them. That's why they got the Shakti outside. They got Shakti outside of that place in Switzerland. Who know what I'm talking about? It begin with a C. It's like the thing, sound like you put a C in front of that word, that thing you put people dead ashes in. That word, fam. That word. C with an urn in front of it. They go back and they change the timeline for these demons because the outcome, what they're trying to change is the outcome. That's the reason for the Mandela effect. Y'all can do what y'all want to do with that. They're attempting to change the outcome. So they keep doing these rituals. They're using little people exactly. They're using little people and the liquids that's in them. The little people trying to get that pure blood and all of this stuff, y'all. Y'all listen to me. They're trying to change the goddamn outcome. They don't like what they see. It's not in their favor. And this is why we have to wake up. This is why the womb man, especially the black womb man, have to get involved. She's the secret. This is why Orange Hair is trying to change everything. This is why he's trying to erase our history. Listen to me. Oh, they showed me that he's going to try to erase something about Obama. We'll see when that happens. He's going to try to erase something about Obama. But anyway, listen. They're trying to that's why they're trying to make us forget. They're trying to make us think we crazy. And then they change the timeline and then give us hella distraction. Now this motherfucker is on a campaign to eliminate us in history where we don't exist. They're not going to do it through CERN. I didn't even say the goddamn word. They're not going to do it through that. They're going to, he erasing it. Take them out of this book, take them out of this library, take them out of the Smithsonian, take them out of the military, take it out of school, take them out. They're doing it in real time. They're making it law that we don't exist. Listen to me. This is way bigger than they just hating on us. It's way bigger than that. They're trying to get rid of us. Because if they thinking if they could get us out of the history books, they're really trying to make it where we don't exist. Listen to me. Are y'all listening to me? They're trying to make it like we don't fucking exist. He will erase us everywhere, and then they're going to flip that switch again. So where none of us will remember it. Listen. They was experimenting with the Bearstein Bears and shit. Hear me. That's a goddamn experiment. Change the timeline and let's see if they remember. But then people come up like me, like that wasn't the name of that shit. People still got videotapes like, nah, that's not the name of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? They're trying to diff me, but this is so huge because they don't like the outcome. So they're going another route with it. They put his orange hair in fucking office, have him in real time, eliminate everything. So when they go back and flip that switch, we can't prove it. Because it's already, are y'all with me with that? Y'all catch what I'm saying? It's already been erased. It's already been erased. Like, they didn't erase the Bearstein Bears. They didn't even erase Mandela ass. The reason, because everybody knows the Mandela effect is because Mandela died in jail. I remember that. I remember the funeral. I remember South Africa going off. Fucking 20 years later, this motherfucker is the president of Zumunda. How? All of us was like, nah, he died. I watched the funeral myself. And so that's why they call it the Mandela effect. Because, and it didn't start there. It didn't start there, but that's what people remember the most. That one struck a lot of people. What color was it? The Mandela effect. They trying to erase the black people. Get it? That's why it's not the George Washington fucking effect. They're trying to erase us, so they change history starting with that man. Listen, I know I'm loud and obnoxious, but hear me. They changed history starting with him. It was little shit before him, though. But it didn't matter. You see? It mattered with that black man. That's why it was so huge. That was about us. Even then, they brought his ass back. They brought him back right in our face. Right in Africa's face. Catch it, y'all. This shit started Mandela effect with the motherland. Get it? He's in Africa. They brought him back and made him president of Africa when that man perished. And we remember him doing it. Listen, the Anunnaki are not all good. Listen, the guardians I speak to are Anunnaki. They are a family. You got to get the ancient scrolls, the Gilgamesh epics, the ancient Hass's tablets, the Enuma Elish, and it'll make this make sense. It'll make it make more sense for you. Who these beings are. These are the beings who gene spliced us with whales and all kinds of shit. They only created us to be slaves. They ain't got us like that. We were their slaves. But they fucked around and they found out when they made us a part of the earth. The earth is what's special. I keep telling y'all that. Connect with the earth. The earth is a different body. She's a different being amongst the other planets. You feel me? They may have found a cup full of water on Mars, or they got gas on Saturn and Jupiter and all that shit. But this one, life. Life happens on Earth. That's why they all here and gathered the fuck around here by legions of them. I've seen them. They the ones who told me that they was going to do the DNA revolution because, to do the DNA revolution because it was going to affect the entire universe. And they're afraid about what the beings are doing on Earth. Those beings in Switzerland. Those beings like Musket. With his satellites and shit. And the frequencies of the... Hold on. Where my daughter? Under what? Under the hammock. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Demi. Umi. Come here, Umi. Alright, once it get dark, bring her in here. Let her stay out there until... My baby a little depressed. Anyway. I forget what I was saying. I don't know. This whole thing is wicked. They not... Remember the story of Noah, who his true name is Utnapishtim, something like that. I have the tablets. The story of Noah is the Anunnaki, which are related to each other, like say a family of brothers. Anu was their father and shit like that. They decided to destroy the earth because these beings that we made getting as smart as us. So let's take them out. So what about the Anunnaki, you saying? They wanted to kill you because you was getting smart. But Enki had a love for man and was like, nah, I can't do that. Now, mind you, they say Enki was for us, right? But did Enki fight against his family? No, he whispered to him in his sleep, hurry up, build a boat, they about to take your ass out. Which means he was still rocking off with his family. Think about that. Think about if you was in a tribe. Y'all tribe created somebody. And you created some beings and you fell in love with those little beings. And your tribe came together and they had an agreement. That the agreement was not to warn any of them. But you was like, damn, I fuck with them. So you went and you warned them in his dreams, right? You hear me? You went and warned him in his dreams, right? But that means if you snuck and warned them, that means in the public, you with your family. The Anunnaki rock with each other. Raphael warns me, but he with his family. He helping taking I think he's helping taking those crystals. Raphael is on Earth, and he's helping with those crystals in Arkansas, and that lithium. Why? Because they need it for Nibiru. Need that battery. That's why they want us for the lithium. Because we have the matrix. We naturally have lithium in us. So we are natural batteries. But yet they warn me. They tell me to create this and do this, and it's like no, they hooking. That's a hookup. They giving a hookup, but he's still rocking with his family though. You see how that works? Anunnaki means Anu. Those sent from Anu to Ki. The Anunnaki. People give it different meanings. In the Holy Tablets, it says Anu is the Most High. So that's where we get the Most High from. But the Most High is a being who's sitting up there on Risk, the planet Risk on Nibiru. He's the Most High to them. Not like he's the only being in the whole, like the Most High of the universe. No, he's the Most High to those who created your ass. So you got Anu. Anu sent those beings out to go look for gold in this universe. Or in the universes. So they went out in Nibiru, and Nibiru, I don't feel like getting onto that story. Nibiru hit Meldeck. The Meldekians came after all kinds of shit went down. So they were sent to Ki. Earth is like Anunnaki. And then in Ki is Earth. En, Lil and Enki, ruler of Ki and ruler of the sky. Lil means sky. Lil means sky. Ki means earth. N-E-N, that's not their names. Their name was like Nudamud and Mudamuk, some shit. That's not their names, that's their titles. Enlil, ruler of the sky. Inky, ruler of the earth. Who Inky I met, he lives in the waters, deep in the waters. That's where Inky reside. They are Anunnaki. And then the brothers, the fallen angels, they battled with each other. That's where you get the 600 fallen ones, because Enlil went against Inky and went against Anu, their father. You gotta read the tablets. That's older than the Bible, older than all of that shit. And they battled. So they fell, 600 of them, and was told they were never allowed to go back. And that's where you get your whole Satan story and all this shit, y'all. The point is, they're changing the timelines, these demonic ass beings, is because they're trying to change the outcome. So now they're doing things in real time. So that when they flip the switch again, our memory will be gone. It never existed. Erase them from the Smithsonian now. That's why as soon as Trump put that out there, now that I know, and this is recent information for me, but as soon as he put that out there to erase them, and he already did it, we should have been screenshotting. We should have been putting the proof, because then our mind's going to be like, no, I seen it somewhere, but it's going to be nowhere to be found, because they're trying to erase your ass. And that's an actual fact. Think about it on a spiritual level, not physical. Why else would he take you out all your Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers? Why is he erasing all of that? Why are they erasing all of that? Let me tell y'all something else. That whole thing, the Supreme Court done passed the law. I saw this in a vision the other day. The Supreme Court done passed the law about they're going to start. So they're going to start. Well, hold on. There's a question in my head. I shouldn't have read that yet. They're going to start. Oh, they could take United States citizens and ship them to other countries without due process. That shit for the black people. Y'all mark my words. That ain't for. That's not for Caucasians. He ain't got that for Caucasians. That's not for that. This nigga trying to create some whole kind of Hitler shit. Nope, it's not for them. They trying to erase us, our memory, our existence, our touch on this land. This is our land. This is the primordial land. What do we do from here? It's only one thing to do from here, and I don't know how to put this message out where she hear me. The women has to do the spiritual work. The women, she got to pull out. She got to pull out the system. She got to pull out, but they doing it for you though. So just go ahead and fucking leave. Listen to me. You got to walk away. You got to walk away from the system. Walk away from their food. Walk away from their clothes. Change your shit to all cotton linens. So your energy portals are not blocked anymore. Take the wigs off and grow your antennas. Take those things off your nails blocking the chakras in your feet. You gotta go raw. She has to connect with the earth. That's what has to happen. All right, shut the door so she don't pop out. Hey, boo boo. Stay that. Mommy almost done. Okay, we can go in the house. She has to let go. Listen, our men, our sons, Their time is up. They did what they had to do. It's nothing else a man can do but talk. Hear what I'm saying to you? There's nothing else the men can do but talk. That's why that's all they do. But they were the ones who woke us up. They started. They went and got the knowledge. You talk about Sarah Sutton Seti, and I hate to name people names on here, but you know what I'm talking about, the conscious community. And they did their job, and they went out there. And they got the history, and they battled each other. They battled the man, and they battled. And they, okay, what's next? Now they're trying to do the retreats, and they can't. That's her job. She woke up, but she won't get up. You see what I mean? They came out. Black Woman God, Natural Tahuti, Dr. Europe, Sarah Sutton Seti at the time, Pharaoh at the time, all these people, you Black Woman God. They told you, but you didn't get up. People lose interest in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I come over your house and I'm like, I know who we are. We are the gods of the planet, and we got to do this work, and we do this, and you hear it. So now you know it. Now you're just saying it like everybody else, but you're not doing anything. I'm going to lose interest in you, and I'm going to keep on going. And that's what happened. They brought it to us. They told us. They showed us. They brought the facts. You know what I mean? They broke it down about the mitochondria DNA, the X and X chromosome. They showed you that all little boys and little girls. They showed you that, you know, in all these different ways. Parthenogenesis is real. It's coming back in all of these different ways. Parthenogenesis is happening. Remember? Parthenogenesis is happening in lizards and Native American tribes right now. The parthenogenesis is still happening. Women birthed on their own. They don't need men's help. We gave them that, and then lost our memory. We don't lose our powers. We lose the knowledge of our powers. We still have the same abilities, but we're not in practice of anything. You see? So they know that this is a time for the great divine feminine, but she don't know it. They try to show you in Moana. She don't know it. The women of all races got to get the fuck up. And the front of that has to be the melanated woman, because this is her world. All women. You got to stand with the white lady. You got to stand with the redhead woman. You got to stand with the Japanese woman. Women has to stand together and change the shit like it's nothing. Change it like it's having babies. You feel me? That's a phenomenon to them. Their bodies can never do it. It just come natural with us. Either if we do it with a man, or if we do it with the sun, it's natural. I mean the sun. It's natural. You feel me? They tried to beat us. So they started taking the heads of lambs and goats and shit. No, because we had the magic though. It was in our life waters. We don't have to use sacrificial blood. It come out of us every month. They try to recreate that by cutting the head off a goat. There's nothing they can do from now. So then they got wise. Oh, it's the womb man. Oh, so they started borrowing. You ever heard about a 300-year manhunt on a warlock? Or have you heard 300 years manhunt on the witches? And those witches were black. They started black. The first pope, that first civil war, and his name was John Paul II. The first pope, when those men was coming back from war with their legs in half and all this stuff, they would have a bullet in there and they would take them in the back and cut it off. And the African women was like, what in the fuck wrong with these barbarians? Don't do that. And they would go get some salve and stuff and numb it up so they would heal them. When the war was over, they killed them all and said that they was devil worshippers after they used them. and then learn. That's why, like the movie Merlin, the Book of Herbs, that came from the womb, man. They took our Book of Herbs. That came from when they talk about Aaron and the breastplate, and they wore on his breastplate. He had 12 stones. He had lapis lazuli. He had all these stones. We lived in a cave. Your womb is a cave. We were the first goddamn cavemen. Y'all want to give that to the Caucasians? Okay, they did what they did with mountain lions and shit up in them caves and Caucasus Mountains and Brittany. They ain't got shit to do with us, though. It's like Avatar. We were in the caves, y'all. That was a womb man worship center. Men erected on the ground. Women worshipped in the ground. So they started making their temples with breasts, with nipples on them and shit. And phalluses, sexual symbols. We went in the ground with the copper. So they went in our worship centers and tore them down, but took the copper and the stones and the lapis lazuli out the ground, which were the great trees. All those stones are sat from the great trees. And the power of those, and the wisdom of the ancient trees. That's what some of those crystals are. Quartz. That's what quartz is. They try to tell you that it came from molten. That it came from molten this and molten that. No, a lot of that came from the tree. Some of it came from molten. But I mean, how do we really know? Have we seen something get so hot that it turned into a crystal? No. Or do they? Why they even give you crystal growing kits? Why ain't none of that got to do with fire? Well, we ain't got to put it in no kind of oven, no kind of kiln, nothing. No, because it's because crystals grow like trees, tree sap. You can buy a crystal growing kit on Amazon and grow crystals in your house. How did that come from a volcano? Coal come from a goddamn volcano. You know what come from volcanoes. And nothing about a volcano do it have vines in it. Think. Anything, and I'm just saying, if it do, show me. I don't know everything. But think of volcanoes. Have they ever shown any vines and veins of quartz from the volcano, from that molten, or they show you charcoal? Because it's tree sap. They flipped the shit every way they could, took your mind off of the truth. They put him on a podium and preached about God when it was her. She got the connection of the 3 mind wombs. She carried that portal called womb. What the fuck are y'all talking about? She carried that portal called womb. She bring beings here from other dimensions, whether she fucking a man or not. Excuse my English. Whether she's with the man or she's doing it spiritual. Men don't bring. He doesn't have a portal. He can be taken over. He can't transport. Men can't transport. They acting like everything about them. And I'm talking about those who wrote the books. I'm talking about those who put that shit out there. Men don't transport shit. They can only be invoked. Those things can use their bodies. No, but she can birth that shit. She can birth a demon down here. Who was Jeffrey Dahmer's mother? She can birth demons on the physical and the spiritual. She's a portal, vortex, stargate. So they come through her portal. Men don't have portals. The closest they have is the womb called mind, where they can birth a thought. They can incubate and then birth a thought. Incubate it. You feel me? Thought is like sperm in the darkness. Thought is sperm in the darkness. And impregnate an idea and birth the idea. You see? Thought is the sperm, the spark, in the dark of stem cells. And then it incubated. You incubate the idea. And then you grow it in your mind. Everybody on the planet has that womb. Then you grow it in your mind, and then you birth a thought. But you have to actually put the physical work in to create the thing, to birth the thought. So yes, men can birth a thought in that way. but they can't transport a thought. Women transport thoughts. It's a difference what we're able to do with the womb. So what do we do from here? The womb man has to stand up. Every woman is the god of her race. Get up. You gotta turn your back to the bullshit. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Come over here with me. To the sisterhood in Cali. It's a whole sisterhood. I think it's about 7 of them or so. They started spiritual fitness today. I appreciate y'all. Today, Sunday, they started spiritual fitness today. So just keep rolling, SisStars, and they'll spread it. Get the SisStars in spiritual fitness. Do it at least twice a year. Take the blueprint and just do it. Put the work in. The most you spend in spiritual fitness is time. You got to put the work in today. I just came from a 2-hour something drive because part of spiritual fitness is once a week. In spiritual fitness, you got to go to you got to do a nature walk where there's water and end in meditation. So I had to go do that today. There's no water near me. You feel me? But where you can have the 4 elements there. You got to ground every day. That alone is healing. You got to sun absorb every day. There's 2 sides to that. 1, you get that vitamin D. 2, you get the downloads. Meditate with the sun every day. At least 30 minutes. Exercise every day. At least every other day. Do a minimum of a mile walk to 3 miles. Every other day, do a minimum of 30 minutes of strength training. Get yourself ready. Feed yourself correctly. You got to eat raw all week, and you can cook on the weekends, but even still, no processed, no heavy oil, da-da-da-da. The whole list is there. Get the PDF. You feel me? The video, I put the video out on it. The instructions for it. Clean yourself up. Take your AFA every day. There's some miraculous stuff up there by Mount Shasta that the Guardians gave us. Take the blue every day. Get the Blue Green Algae in you. Take the water program twice a day. Do this 28 days of your life. Get yourself on track. Get yourself healed up. Get the poisons out your body. Part of it, it's 4 meditations in there. Like right now is my meditated 8. I'll do it when I get off here with y'all. You got to do meditated 8. You got to do water program twice a day. Personal journey. You got to do self-check-in. That's a meditation. You got to journal every day. You got to read, I think it's the minimum pages of, I don't remember what the minimum, I know I'm up to 12. I'm doing 12 pages of a book a day. Everything about spiritual fitness is about you. It's about getting you in order. It's about getting you in order. It's about getting you straight. It's about getting you cleansed out. You gotta do skin care every day. The lady asked me today, what's up with the skincare? Because you're melanated. Your melanin is a power, and we don't pay attention really to our skin. What we do things for vanity. You feel me? But get that mineral, get the magnesium. That's why you gotta take a spiritual bath once a week. Get the magnesium on your skin. Get shea butter on your skin every day. Get the what you call it, the thick skin off your feet and hands. Open all your pores up. It's a spiritual fitness, so you have to take care of your scalp. You gotta take care of everything. Do this for 28 days. Be renewed, so we can get our asses down to these rivers. Cause I'm gone. If I got to go by myself, I told you I'm not even asking nobody to go. I'm getting myself ready, cause I'm gonna go to the river and I'm gonna pray for 30 days. I'm not sure yet if it's just going to be different rivers, if I'm going to go down to Cali, or if I'm going to go across country. And on the way across, I'm going to go to different rivers, water sources, that is. Just go to different water sources and recite these affirmations over this place. I don't know what me by myself going to do. I know what reciting this affirmation can do if I only had 100 other women. But if I had 11,000 other black women and many other, whatever your race is, of women, and we did it collectively, so maybe if I do it first and I show y'all, then it'll spark some fire in you. Maybe on my journey across, somebody might say, well, let me join a lady or something. Even if you ain't doing it with me, you're doing it wherever you are. All I could do is lead by example right now. That's what we have to do. So I can't get many people to see that, so I just got to go do it. I got to go do my part. So I don't even call it the 111 anymore. 11,111 black women coming together. I just call it one of 111. One of 111. That's what we got to do. We got to do the spiritual work. You got to give up the things. You got to give up some joy. Some of your joys of what you think make you happy. That shit ain't make you happy. Like somebody told me, I want to, change my clothes, but many people have told me this by this point. I want to change my clothes, but things cotton don't look as, so that's, you choosing that over that? I ain't got time, I gotta go. That's what we gotta do though. That's it. That's what we gotta do. Careful, why your message restricted? Oh, wait a minute, I saw that wrong. Retracted. That's what we gotta do. For those who asking. The men gotta talk to their women and be like, y'all gotta go do your work. You gotta help them get out there. You gotta help them do the spiritual work. You gotta stop fucking stressing them. Help them, because what the women do is gonna affect us all, the entire planet. She's the powerhouse. She's the spiritual powerhouse, and she sleep. I see a lot of women out there, but I see a lot of other races doing it. I see Caucasian women doing it. I see Indian women doing it. The SisStars got to get up, got to wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I done been around the Caucasian women, and they doing their little thing in the woods, and we need that rhythm out there, though. And that's the truth. That's just the truth of that. We need the black woman's rhythm in the forest. And she's scared of the forest. She's scared of the trees. She's scared of the bugs. She don't want to get her feet dirty and stand in the dirt. She don't want to get her toe nails dirty. She don't want to get her fingernails dirty because she just got them done. Bullshit. That's why they erasing you in history. They erasing the shit out of us right now while you worried about your nails. They erasing you. And they gonna flip that switch again. We ain't gonna be remembering shit. They trying to get rid of us. They again, why? Because they know what we're capable of, and they're afraid. They're afraid of the timeline. They're afraid of how it keep turning out. So that's why they keep trying to flip shit around. With the Mandela effect. They trying to flip shit around because they don't like what is at the end of it for them. So they doing more and more to erase you and distract you, and it's working. That's the plan. Because we can eliminate this devil, like, easily. Very, very easily. But what's hard is us doing it. Us joining another SisStar, and us letting go of vanity. Us getting the dick out the brain and everything else sexually out the brain. Us finding love. Finding the love in our heart for another SisStar. Truly loving our SisStars. And joining together, coming together as one force. In solidarity, one mind. With the mindset to change this world. I keep telling y'all, it's in the arts. It's the arts that change this world. Your writing, your drawing, your singing, your dancing. That's how you change the world. Isn't that how the world has changed? Look around you. They do it in the music. They do it in the vision board, which is a television. Media is a vision board. Dancing is the act of intention. So they put the song out and then have you dance it out. And then make it happen. Beyonce came out with all the single ladies. Now everybody's single. Y'all sang it. That's the chant. That's the affirmation. You chanted the affirmation. And then you did the dance of intention, Rain Man. When Indians dance, they dance intention. So when y'all at the club and they put out a new challenge for you and you dance the intention, y'all just danced the. What the hell was that? I heard it too, baby. Probably that bat that's flying around. What's you danced the intention? Y'all just danced. I told y'all before it came out that Beyonce's gonna come up with a song. The Guardian said, and don't dance to it. And then she came out with the challenge. Texas Hold'em. And all of y'all dance talking about it's a tornado in the city. Y'all did the action for the tornado. Ever since then, tornadoes been in Texas. Why? Because they needed to shake up the energy there and break. It's just like we get sound healing. When you break up the energy, they had to break up the energy and bring that life force up out the ground because now they moving Hollywood there. That's what just happened. Y'all helped them do it. Everybody who did those challenges. Because they know that's why they govern Diddy and them. That's why they govern the talent. Because they know it's not talent, that's tools. These beings who can sing like that been sent here with a tool. These beings who can write like that was sent here with a tool. Y'all, I'm telling you, I could go into a certain mode and write poetry and it comes to pass. It's a tool. Cynthia Walker, she's a Mayan day keeper. It cost you $300 to get a reading from her. After she did my reading, she passed away. I'm not saying right after. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that lady perished after she did my reading, like a year later. It would cost you. You can look her up though. Her information's still online. Cynthia Walker, she's a Mayan day keeper, and she heard about me from a man in this thing in my chest. A man in New York named Red Feather. And Red Feather linked us together. So she didn't even charge me for the reading. One of the first things she said was in my chart was, you have the gift to write. She don't know that about me. She said, never stop writing. Never stop writing. She said, you will find out later what it's for. Anyway, that's our tools. That's our tools, not our gifts. You see? That's our magic. When you dance, that's a magic. When you sing, that's a magic. It changes reality. So what if we, women, because you have the portal, the 3 portals, what if we sang and danced at the rivers for 30 days straight? What the fuck y'all think will happen? Y'all did a Texas Hold'em challenge for 30 days in tornadoes in Texas. Ain't even been no tornado. You Kansas up there. You got Kansas, Missouri that would get tornadoes. You ain't get no damn tornadoes in Texas. The new magic wand is the pen. To all my writers, write a new reality. But you can't just write a new reality. You gotta write the new reality, and then you gotta get the energy into it. You gotta get enough energy, like Lynn McTaggart said. Eight people can change, can affect 1,000 people. So I think it's like 125 people per person. But you gotta get them together to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing your own thing and 8 people doing their own thing. No, you gotta get 8 people together on the same accord, same words, same movement. They put 8 people over in there in Iraq. And within a whatever mile, look up Lynn McTaggart, she'll tell the story. Whatever mile radius that they did that, those people, the crime stopped in the area. You had Greg Braden down here in Teos, New Mexico. Like, he had this one Native American that he dealt with. I think his name was David. And he would take him to this place, and he asked him, the place where the veil is thin between the world. Now, this is shaman. You know, some of us have certain powers and connections to do certain things. This man prayed for rain, and it rained in his village. Greg Brayton took that to the mayor. Taos, New Mexico, look this up. He took that to the mayor. The mayor, in turn, had all the people to pray for rain in Taos, New Mexico. And it motherfucking storm, but they couldn't make it stop. So now it's a national day of prayer in Taos, New Mexico. They've never had a drought again. The whole town prays on this national day of rain, a prayer, and they pray rain. What if we prayed people out the White House? What if we prayed we remove our disagreeable energies and entities from the governments around the world? I'm just saying, what if we prayed that? Like I do every night at 8. Every night at 8. I'm just saying, y'all gotta go. The babies are knocked out. They done. I'm gonna take them in. And I gotta, today's Sunday, so I do my spiritual bath today, and I'm late already. I'm kind of on time. I like to do meditate at 8 and then do the spiritual bath, so I'm only a few minutes outside of that. So I think that's it. Y'all hear me? And I'm telling you, they're trying to erase us. They're trying to change the outcome. They don't like the outcome. That's what I was showing. That's why they keep flipping that switch. In breaking them particles and shit. They're trying to change the outcome. And they're going to fuck around and win because we won't unite. Because she's still in 2025. In 2025, she's still asleep. In 2025, the black woman has not joined in unison with herself. Hashtag spiritual fitness, y'all. Get the PDF. Check out the community post for the information on that PDF. Do your cleanse. Hold that clear. I'm telling y'all, that cleanser in there ain't nobody's joke. When I tell you it pulls it out your body, it pulls like that John Rose talk about that snake in your gut, it pulls it out. It's no joke. Take that stuff. Take the pullers. 28 days. And let's get it. Whether we like it or not, we're going to have to link up. You know, but I'll just start where I can start. I ain't ask nobody to go with me in spiritual fitness. I'm literally nobody in my space, nothing. It's what I got to do. It's what I got to do. When people feel it, if there's something they need to do, then do it. And that's where I'm at with that. I don't know, all of a sudden something smells really good in here. I don't know what that smell is. It smells like incense, but I don't have anything lit. I've been on here. Anyway, y'all, so I'm going to go. We'll talk soon. But y'all hear me. If you came in late, look at this whole video. It's important. It's important, y'all. Okay, and I'll see y'all soon. Hold up. It's lost to us. Day.